today's Lamley Super Showcase. That means Super Treasure Hunt is brought to you today by Wheel Collectors. They are the ones that sent over all of these models from the Hot Wheels 2019 J case, and we are going to open them up. We've already done the rapid unboxing and the case report. This is the Super Showcase because Mattel sent over the Super Treasure Hunt along with the models that Wheel Collectors sent. And we're going to do the full unboxing tomorrow because that case is arriving from A&J Toys. Lots to do. Let's get right to it. Like I said, if I call it a Super Showcase, that means there is a Super Treasure Hunt involved. I may not always have the Super Treasure Hunt when the case comes out, but in this case I do. We will save that obviously for last. That's the way to do it. A couple of new models. This is one of them, and an interesting model here. I don't know if I'll even open that one because it's so similar to the other Barbie, but we'll talk about that one in a little bit. Let me get the other new model out of the way. And let's talk about some of the highlights from the J case. These are the models that I picked out once I saw the unboxing. And we're going to go ahead and get right to it. One recolor from a new model, and we'll start with that. It is the 1967 Jeepster Commando. It was first in tan. Now it's in kind of this mint green. Same new wheels, same deco on the rear and on the sides, Earl Motors. This is a cool, nice big casting. I think a lot of you really like that one. We're going to get through these. I picked out a lot of highlights this time. Next one, Volkswagen Caddy in green. VW deco skateboard on the back. I don't think this is a recolor, right? No, not pretty sure it's not. This is a nice clean deco on the Caddy. Next recolor. This one is very, very cool. It is the 85 Honda City Turbo 2 in a matte black color sitting on the small discs in red. I like that one. Are you guys collecting the Honda City? It's worth collecting. I think so. I've got all of them, I think, so far, except for the Target one. I need to find that Target one. Another recolor, 69 Dodge Charger 500. This is the one. I can't read the side. It's so hard to see. It doesn't say on the back, but I know that it's a brand there, but it's in blue. I think the original Charger in black with the gray 5 spokes. This one in blue. Very similar, but nice and clean, so I like that one. Recolor. This one is an interesting recolor. 16 Mercedes AMG GT3. You think about those GT races, and this is the kind of color you'd see. So I think this is a very, very unique choice and a really cool version of the AMG GT. You guys tell me what you think, but I think that one is awesome. Awesome. Big highlight. We're we're more than halfway through the year, are we not? This is the J case, so we have the LMN Skip O PQ. 5 cases left, so yeah, we're well past the halfway point. We're actually moving into the final third of the year. That's why we're seeing so many more recolors. This is the Porsche 917 LH. Yeah, what am I thinking? When you're entering spring, summer, it means the year is almost over. That's nuts, huh? So, in red, that one looks really, really cool. Recolor again, muscle bound. This one was such a highlight for so many of you, including me. Such a cool casting. And now in that kind of in that military green, and now we have it in a very cool kind of color changing purple. Do you notice that? But they have not held back on the muscle bound. What a cool model. I think you guys all agree with me on that. Most of you do. And it's the speed blur, so it has the gray wheels, which I like too. I always think those are creative. Track Manga. Okay, so the first edition of the Track Manga last year was not very good looking, I didn't think. And then I think it was recolored. But this year, with the pink version, with the gray, because it's speed blur as well, with the gray lace wheels, and now this version, this is proper. And I think that's the Hot Wheels logo on it in Japanese. But the gray discs look awesome. Speed blur is a major hit. One of these days I want to talk to Leeway, the designer, about his ideas for speed blur and the gray wheels and everything, because I think that's a really cool series. And finally, the Track Manga looks awesome. I'm keeping both of those. Copo Camaro, this is not an error. This one was done that way. Nice, clean deco. So nice casting. It's been around a long time. Some of you asked if it was an error. It is not. That's the way it's looked, kind of the drag kind of, right? You know, that kind of racing version. So that is correct. And then finally, before we get to the new stuff, how great is this? The third Moon Eyes, the Kafer Racer, the VW Kafer Racer. We've had it in yellow, obviously. We've had the Zamac, which is the best one with those disc wheels on it. And now it's in matte black. You guys, if you watch this, you know my daughter's going to be stoked for this one, and it will go in her collection. I'll get one of my own too. Probably want to do the unboxing tomorrow, but this one she'll be super excited to get. She loves Moon Eyes, so we're going to do that. All right, let's get to all the new stuff. This one I'm not going to open because it is exactly the same as the one from last year, I think. Let's speed up the camera and see if I can find it. Here it is. Oh, yep. How cool is this? That's number 59 because this is number 60. 60th anniversary of Barbie. So, yeah. They're both, it's good to have both, right? So, if we're doing the showcase, we got to open them. So, let's open them. But yeah, number 59 and 60. That makes perfect sense. And that card is cool. I think the next one I find you'll just have to keep with the card because that is a very, very cool card. All right. Next one. This is cool. This is the Diora 3. Now, sometimes you learn about things. This is Mark Jones who designed it. In fact, I heard from one of the designers who saw a comment about how it looked like a millennial designed it. You're talking about the senior designer, one of the designers who's been around the longest, and Mark Jones, who put this together. And it is a very cool, fresh take on the Diora. I hope I'm saying that right. That shows you how bad I am with nostalgic Hot Wheels. But the Diora 3 is cool. Very cool, kind of retro, kind of like what the future looked like back in the 60s, what they thought the 2000s would look like. That's the kind of take I've got on this one. There's a bike in the back and a surfboard. I think that one is a total winner. You guys can tell me what you think. Which means I'm going to pause for a second because I remember this one. This isn't a highlight from the J case. I think it's in the J case. This is the Turbone Charged. It might not be in the J. It might be in the H and the G. But wanted to let you know that this is actually a modern take on the Bone Shaker. I mean, obviously Turbone Charged, and we saw the bones on it. But talking to the designer, Ryu, he said that this is kind of another take on the Bone Shaker. So you've got the Bone Shaker, you've got the off-road one, right? The Baja Bone Shaker. You have that little Bone Shaker. I think we have a drag Bone Shaker, and this is kind of a modern turbine-like take on it as well. So the Turbone Charge. Didn't know that. All right, just something for you to know that I hadn't highlighted before, but I thought I would. All right. Brand new model and very cool looking at that. This is the Custom 18 Ford Mustang GT in Gulf livery, and it looks awesome. Typically, these castings seem to get like the big wheel in the back, but this one did not. And I think it looks super cool. This is going into my Mustang collection for sure. I wonder if we'll get a recolor on it as well. Very, very cool new casting. And the other one that has a lot of people interested and I think is very cool is the Tesla Model 3. Hot Wheels has a nice, strong relationship with Tesla with all the stuff that they've been doing. And we've seen with the Model S, the Model X, and now the Model 3. And this one may be the best of all. It seems to be the most stock-like. The other two had kind of a racing look to it in this pearl white. And I like this one a lot. Still might have a little bit of a slightly tuned look, but if you look at a Tesla Model 3, this one may be super close to it. That's maybe the best one. Maybe I'll do a little feature with all three of the Tesla castings outside of the Roadster, right? Because it's not totally like that. All right, finally. I overlay the opening of these other models, but I got to open this one live. So let's start. Let's just do it. It is the 69 Corvette Racer. Like I said, this one is sent by Mattel. Let's look at them together. Do a screenshot if you want. And let's get right to it. So, any differences here before we look at it? I mean, obviously the TH there in the corner. But this one is one of those where the deco is exactly the same as part of the Gumball series, the Gumball 3000. We've seen the Escort part of this one. This casting debuted in the main line and then was shown real quickly, actually, with these very similar wheels in Car Culture. But this one is super, super nice. Kind of based on the, looks a lot like the Copo Camaro or Corvette. And the Spectre Flame Red is pretty. Let's just open them up, right? Okay, let's start with the regular. You get the sense of the casting. If you're a Copo Corvette collector, which I am, this one fits really nicely. So I don't have all of them, but I have the first edition. This is the best looking version, I think. The Car Culture is very, very nice too, but I really do like that one. Next one. Let's get to it. Look at those wheels on this one. This is a really cool Super. Art is fantastic. All right, let's do it. Nice, clean rip. And here's that Super. Really pretty Spectre Flame Red. What's funny is when Mattel said that they were doing a new Spectre Flame for the Supers this year, they mentioned, or they, we were all excited to see it. This is the first time we've seen red. Isn't that interesting? And red is always such a dynamic color, and this one is actually quite pretty for a Super Treasure. And it's not, the level of RLC, but it's definitely closer than the previous ones. So really, really nice Super. Looks good with its regular, but that Super definitely outshines the regular version. It is going into my wall display. I'm going to shift everything up one, move out the Audi RS6. Everything shifts up, and that's the latest one. It is the JK Super. These are the JK models. Thanks, Wheel Collectors, for sending them. Tell me which is your favorite. Tell me what you think of the new models like the DR3 and the Tesla and the Mustang. Tell me which models you'll be picking up. I'm sure you'll be picking it up if you come across it. It's a pretty one. Thanks, everybody. Lots to come this week. It's Chicago week. It's the convention, so be prepared. Bye.